Hey guys, welcome back for another braces update. Seems like it's been a little while since I've done an actual sit down in front of my camera and done a braces update, because I'm always, for the last couple visits or the last couple updates that I've done with you guys, I have been kind of filming in my car as if I can talk, as I've been having things done to my teeth. I did do a little bit of recording, but like not of the actual procedure where I had my tooth filled, but I did do a little bit of filming, so I will include that in this video for you guys. And I hope I'm not leaving anything out in this update, because I feel like I don't have a lot to say, but then again I feel like I got some things I could say. My brain has been scattered these last few weeks with all these different dentist appointments I've been going to, and then I've got another one I'm going to next week, which isn't a dentist, it's my actual orthodontist adjustment. So between dental visits, cleanings, fillings, and your orthodontist adjustments, seems like I've been going nonstop. So anyways, guys, this month marks a very big milestone for me, because this month is the month 12 months ago that I had my bottom braces put on. You guys know I had my bottoms put on 12 weeks after I had my tops put on. So I got the tops put on in February of 2017, and then the bottoms were put on in May of 2017. So I've now been in my top braces for 15 months. You guys, that is insane, because I was given an estimate of 16 to 18 months being in braces. So I'm so close to that 16-month mark already just in the tops. And then now I've been in the bottoms for exactly a year. So that is insane, so crazy. I don't know if he's going to do it where he takes them both off, like the tops and the bottoms off at the same time, or if he's going to meet that 16 to 18 month mark by taking the tops off and then removing the bottoms. So there's a very good chance I could have my tops taken off in the next couple months. However, I know it's not going to be in the month of June. You guys want to know why? Well, at my last adjustment, I had IPR done in between here, here, and here. I've now had that done like I think a good 5 times. And this last time I had it done, normally what they do is they will, before they put on this power chain, they will go ahead and weave a clear piece of like string in and out of the teeth. So it kind of crisscrosses. And then they pull it and they tie it off, and basically that closes those gaps that he just created to close up the black triangles I was getting at the upper corners, and that worked. However, this one right here did not close up. It did not. And of course my camera's not, oh, you can see right here, it's got a gap. This side is closed, see? And it's closed right in here. It's just not closed in here. So he's gonna have to close that up, and I think why that side isn't closed is because these teeth, and that actually explains something else I was wanting to point out to you guys. Interesting. So, okay. Okay, my brain is like on overload right now because I just thought of something else. So they took the clear string that goes behind to close up those gaps, but they only did it between these two teeth right here. She didn't connect it to this one or to this one, and I had the IPR done in between these two as well as those. So it started from here, she looped it around and then crisscrossed it and then pulled it really tight and tied it off right in here. So I got like a little piece of knot there where it's tied off. I can feel it with my tongue, I can clink it with my fingernail, but it all got pulled this way and tied off. So I feel like my teeth were pulled away from this area, so that's why that gap there isn't closing. And when I was doing my pictures for you guys to show you my bite close up and everything, I noticed in one of my pictures that my bite, like when I'm biting down like this, like up underneath here, there's like some opening, and it looks like my teeth are kind of shifted off in the other direction. And I'm wondering if that could be why. Just that little piece of string back there. I'll include that picture here so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. I still got some shaping that needs to be done down here because this tooth sits up higher than that one still, but only by a smidge, because at my last adjustment he did go ahead and kind of shave down in shape, and I had a little fracture in this tooth here, which I can still feel it a little bit, like right in here, right there. It just kind of dips. He said like your teeth on the very edges, sometimes they just break down and they're so easy to fracture and stuff, but he did smooth that out. However, I can still feel a little bit, but it's not a big deal. I'm not worried about it because you can't see it. It's not as bad as it was. So anyways, but like I said, I've noticed that see that? Like it just, something don't seem right. So I'm going to mention that at my adjustment on the 16th of this month and see what's going on with that. Of course, I feel like I'm going to obviously face like the bigger, long changes at the very end of this treatment. So that could probably prolong my treatment a few months out. So I'm hoping not, because at this point I am just over the braces. I'm ready to have them off. I'm wanting to get a really good teeth whitening done after my treatment and get all my stains and stuff cleaned up. But not only do I have a stain, it's back in there where you floss. Not only do I have a stain there, but I noticed when I was taking pictures of my upper teeth, I've got one on this side, on the back of a tooth. So yeah, I'll show you guys that picture here. So you can see there where I had the arrow pointing, where I've got a stain on that tooth. You guys can't stress enough, you got to floss. You got to. I really wished, and I don't know, maybe they do, I've never seen it, but I really wished I could come across some floss that is whitening, like to help with stains that can get in between the teeth. I don't know if they make floss like that, but if they don't, maybe I just invented something. Maybe I need to cut that clip out of this video. Kidding. But yeah, that would be really ideal, something that I would definitely consider buying, because I would love to be able to keep even the areas you can't see. I would love to be able to keep those areas clean as well and stain free. Especially since everything has moved and shifted. You know, I'm seeing areas of my teeth I never seen before where I failed to floss. So I go back in October to my dentist to have a cleaning done. That'll be my 6-month cleaning. And I'm looking forward to that, because I'll also get to go ahead and schedule for my next set of fillings, which what they're going to do is the areas that I have stains, they're going to go in and they're going to like buff those stains out and then basically restore the tooth, like whatever has been taken away from the tooth. If it's rough, rigid, whatever, they will fix that with a composite. And at my dentist appointment I had just a few days ago, you guys know I had a wisdom tooth that had to get filled. That tooth needed to be filled a year ago. So I finally got that filled, you guys. And that was a very unpleasant filling. I told you guys that I am very hard to numb, especially on the bottom teeth. And this was a wisdom tooth in the far, far back. And the first shot did not work. So I had to get a second shot, and that one did the trick. It got me. I was supposed to have been numb all the way to the center point of my lip, and I wasn't numb at all right in here. I was only numb right here, and the tooth itself wasn't numb, so I was pressing on it, and I told him when he came in to check on me, I said, yeah, that tooth, it's not numb. I said, I'm numb everywhere else but there. So he ended up giving me another shot, and while he had the needle in, he told me to open up my mouth wider. So when I did that, it got more of that medicine flowing through the entire area. Now, basically, you guys, okay, the reason why I'm so hard to numb is because the wiring, the way my roots run into my teeth is really off. The way he explained it, like my back teeth are straight, but my nerves, they're like at an angle. And some people, actually, it's more common to have more than one nerve going to your back teeth. But I've only got one nerve, so you have to get it right on the spot. If you don't, then, well, I'm kind of screwed. I get shot again until he gets it right. But this time it only took him 2 tries to get a wisdom tooth, and he's been in practice for 40 years and he did an amazing job. He made sure he got that tooth filled at the level of my comfort. I explained to him I've got TMJ, it locks up back there. I told him during the process of me being numb, he told me to open and close my jaw like this to kind of get it worked around. And while I was doing that, I noticed this side over here, it was like not opening like this side was, but this side was like really stiff and it kept popping. So it kept like getting stuck, and then whenever I would open it, would pop out of place. And you could actually see the clicking over here on the outside of my cheek. So whenever he came in, I could literally only open my mouth like that. So he had barely any room to work with, but he did it, and he did it in a really good, timely manner. His assistant and himself were very, very patient with the fact that I had to rest my mouth, because being open like that, it started stiffening up and getting sore. So they would take their equipment out and they would let me rest my mouth a little bit, and then we would go back in and do it again. The longest part of the procedure was me trying to get numb. I think it took me a good 20-25 minutes to get numb, and then the drilling itself only took about 15-20 minutes maybe, and then to actually fill the tooth, 10 minutes, if that. But even during the drilling, after the second shot, we thought I was gonna have to get a third shot, because basically I just got really sensitive teeth. So the first drill that he used, they called it a diamond drill, and those are like very, very powerful. Like the vibration in those are high. So he ended up having to stop using that and go to another drill, and the diamond drill is like the best one that they can use. So once he finished with the drill that wasn't bothering my mouth, he went back to the diamond drill, and my mouth didn't even recognize it. He was able to use it with no problem. Basically, my tooth was like, whoa, what is this? You know, so he stopped and he went with a slower drill, and once my tooth got comfortable to that, it was like, okay, yeah, I'm used to this now. So the other drill was no problem at that point. So that's what they had to do the last time I was trying to get numb down here on a tooth to get a filling. I'm just really difficult to numb, I guess. But I was actually shocked because of that being a wisdom tooth, and you know, I was getting nervous and panicky because I was like, oh my gosh, my jaw's gonna lock up while they're in the middle of doing this, and then they're gonna have to like do some reinforcing here, and you know, being in braces, I was like, I don't want nothing to break, I don't want nothing to come out of place. So, and I also had like, it was on this side, I had a couple areas that I had put wax on. I think it was like these two here, because I had a hook that just kept like digging itself into my lip, and I was laughing earlier that day, and I laughed so hard that it just went, and I was like, oh my gosh, I mean, I had blood all in my mouth. So, and this was right before my dentist appointment to get my tooth filled, and you know how they are when they get in your mouth with stuff. I mean, they're pulling on your lip and everything, so I was like, I'm not gonna let nothing happen to my lip. So I put wax on it, and I wouldn't have felt it anyways because I was completely numb, but Lord forbid, you know, they cut my lip open and I ended up having to get a stitch while I'm in there, you know, so I ended up wearing the wax, and it stayed. I was worried that it wouldn't because, you know, them spraying the water in there and then vacuuming it out and all that good stuff. So, but nope, it stayed. It worked. I feel like I'm rambling. Anyways, I am still only wearing my elastics at night. I actually just took them out before I did this video, and it is 10:30 almost in the morning. I wear them usually until 10, 11 o'clock in the morning because I go to bed late, so I want to brush my teeth and do everything. I put them in. So I try to keep them in for a good 12 hours. This way, you know, they're getting their work done. But I have had a couple nights where I forgot to put them in, and it's always been on a weekend when my husband's home off work, and we get just real busy and we go out to eat, and then we come home and we're just like, and I don't even think about it. So when that happens, I always put my elastics in and I just wear them all day, so I'm like making up for it. At my next adjustment on May 16th, I'm going to discuss having more IPR done, not to these areas. I don't think these areas need it right now, but down here in my premolars, I'll have to do a close-up. Like, I got some pretty large gaps down here. and they're the black triangles. So I'm going to discuss and see if I can't have some IPR done in those areas. You can't see it, but I know it's there. So it's not like, it's more of a cosmetic thing with me, I guess. But like, I just want to discuss it and see if, you know, it might help even to create room to pull some more of these teeth back. But we'll see what happens at that visit, and I'll definitely let you guys know. Having a wisdom tooth filling done on an area where you've got TMJ, it's not fun. I'm just gonna say that was not fun, but I'm just glad that it's done with, so I don't have to worry about it again. I did go with amalgam, which is the silver filling, versus composite, which is the white. I do have one white filling in my mouth, but only because it's closer towards the front and it's on a premolar. I did discuss with the assistant what her perception is on amalgam fillings versus composite, because there's always sometimes that dialect miscommunication that goes on. Like at this last dentist, I would have had composite fillings done on all my teeth. That's like what they do. Sure, it sounds great and it sounds awesome because it's white and you can't see it. However, the durability of those composite fillings are not going to hold up. She said, imagine a toddler jumping up and down on a rubber band. Eventually, that rubber band is going to give out. And imagine a toddler jumping up and down on a rock. It's more stable, it's got more stability, it's more durable. Hopefully, the toddler's gonna give out before the rock, right? So on our back teeth, we have a constant chewing and hitting of our teeth. So over time, it's going to break down composite fillings. So it's not ideal to get them on your back teeth. So for that reason, I did go with silver on my molars, and she did say even on your premolars, it's good to get silver, because sometimes some of our premolars, the way our bite is, they'll be hitting constantly. So like composite, like on the outside of the teeth, or even like maybe in between, that is okay. She said, because those aren't areas that are constantly getting hit with pressure. That made a lot of sense to me. I was glad that she was able to explain that on my level so that I would understand that, so that I could even explain this to you guys, because I know that there are some people that are like, no, on composite, you don't need composite, it's not good for you. However, that's not always the case. Composite isn't always 100% bad. I mean, it is more cosmetic, and sometimes your insurance might look at that like you're doing it for cosmetic reasons because it doesn't need to be on that tooth, so we're going to raise the price of the composite filling. So I got amalgam on a wisdom. If I would have went with composite, it would have been a $71 difference. So I would have been paying over $100, over $130 for a composite filling versus $61, you guys. So it was just more practical to go the amalgam route on that tooth, and I'll show you guys a close-up of that tooth here. My bottom right molar, okay, it's this one here that has the blue blocker on it. That tooth has like shifted in towards my mouth. Like when I bite, I can take my tongue. I think I explained this to you guys in my last update, but I can take my tongue and I can literally put it over the top of that tooth. There's a good half of that tooth that I can lay my tongue over the top of with my bite like this. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. I noticed that since I had my last adjustment done, my feet are going numb. But on this side, it's not doing that. And the fact that it seems like some shifting has taken place with my bite being kind of open right here in the front. I don't know if that could be in relation to that area there. But I am going to also mention that to the orthodontist and see what might be going on with that tooth. I think that's pretty much it for this update. I want to wish all you moms out there and moms to be a happy Mother's Day. Mother's Day is this Sunday, and I'm looking very forward to it. My husband's taking me and his mom and both of our families out for dinner. We're going to be going to Olive Garden, which we're going to be having to travel to Kentucky to go do that because we live out of state. And it's not too far of a drive though, like maybe an hour at the most to get there. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's been a while since, you know, we get together as a family and enjoy everyone's company and some good food. So I'm looking very much forward to that. And I hope you all out there have an excellent Mother's Day with your children and your families. And if you have any questions or comments for me, please post them below, or you can private message me. Always love to connect with my friends on here that watch me, and try to answer all your questions to the best of my knowledge that I can with the experience and the information that I have. So if any of you have questions and you are curious about something, feel free to ask away and I will be in touch with you. I want to thank you all for watching and following along with my journey. I do have Instagram, so if you want to check that out, I will post my Instagram catchphrase there so that you guys can go find me and follow me there. I did post a picture of the headstone where we finally got my dad's set in place, and I was able to do that with the help of you guys. You guys are amazing. Without you, I would not have been able to do this by myself. It was a big help, and you know, let's face it, death is an experience that is very expensive. It's bad enough losing a loved one, and then of course you gotta figure in the cost and stuff of, you know, the funeral and, you know, their resting place, you know, the headstone and stuff. So yeah, you guys have definitely helped me out there, and I want to thank you. You guys have been amazing, and this is why I love doing my braces updates, because you guys tune in and you give me your support, and I feel like I'm helping to give back as well by answering your questions and sharing my experience with you guys. So hopefully these braces will be off soon. I do plan to still do some updates with you guys to let you know how things are going once I'm out of the braces. I do want to film me having my braces taken off. So I was wanting to do this where my husband did not know I was getting my braces off, because I was just gonna go in and be like, yeah, I'm going in for a regular adjustment, but deep down it's like I'm gonna know that I'm going in to have them taken off, unless it's just shock by surprise. My orthodontist says at this next visit, I think we're gonna go ahead and take the tops off. Whoa, okay, you know, wasn't seeing that coming. So if that happens, then I'll do the best I can to film what I can. I'm sure they won't mind. I can probably be like, hey, can I have my phone so I can film this? You know, this is quite an experience that I won't want to go through again. So anyways, you guys, thank you all for watching and tuning in. Questions or comments, post them below. Give this video a thumbs up if you love my updates and want to see more like this. If you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure you click subscribe to stay in tune with all my videos that I post. My braces updates are every 2 weeks, you guys, but you can go check me out on Instagram and Facebook as well. Those will be linked in the description below this video. And if you don't want to miss an update, make sure you click that bell, and make sure that you don't click it if you've already clicked it once, because if you click it a second time, then it's going to turn off notifications. You won't get notified. So make sure you double check that and go through your settings. All right, guys, we'll see you soon. Bye.